Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera. Sembang EPL minggu ke-34. Ada lagi 4 game sahaja sebelum berakhirnya EPL, walaupun sebenarnya kita dah tahu siapa champion. Hari ni buat pertama kalinya dalam sejarah pemain ke-12 kita ada Spurs fan, Encik Syarul. Dan kita juga ada regular kita Arsenal fan, Azril dan juga Amir. So bila kita dah ada Arsenal dengan Spurs fan ni, of course kita akan cerita pasal diorang, and of course kita nak build up North London Derby, which is hari Ahad guys.
Ahad. Ya, betul.
So hari Ahad ni Arsenal Spurs akan bertemu Arsenal di stadium baru Spurs. Rasanya first time Arsenal bertandang ke stadium baru. Okay, kita start dengan Arsenal dulu. Aku nak tanya Azril dulu. Azril, okay, hari tu game lawan Leicester, boleh katakan entertaining match lah. Arsenal nampak better first half, tapi second half Leicester nampak lagi better. Komen kau rasa apa komen kau dengan game tu?
Aku lebih kepada game hari tu, aku lebih nak marah kepada ref je. Aku tak puas hati dengan ref. Aku tak puas hati dengan ref. For the first time, I'm questioning lah diorang ni. Apa cerita diorang ni? Diorang dah gila.
Hey Matt, okay, second half tu big moment untuk Arsenal. Boleh Eddie Nketiah belum sempat pegang bola tapi dia dah kena send off. Kau rasa betul ke decision tu? Red card ke?
Kalau kau jadi seorang forensik, kau mencari kesalahan, yes, it's red card. Tapi kalau kau secara jujur lah, kau tengok siapa nama dia yang diterjah tu, bukan Justin Bieber, Justin apa lah.
Right back dia.
Right back kan. Okay. Kau tengok movement body language pun dia try nak mengelak, even though it's an open start, so it's consideration for it. Serious foul play. Tapi bila diorang try to, kau faham tak, VAR ni tak works secara standardized.
Konsisten maksud kau?
Tak konsisten maksudnya, betul. Itu tak konsisten. Di bawah Mike Riley ni, jadi betul, diorang tak works very consistent. This aku tak faham lah how it works, macam Azril cakap kan. Macam mana contoh game pagi tadi lawan United. I mean, United lawan Villa, aku pun tak faham macam mana it's a penalty. Something like that. Kau boleh consider benda tu. Benda tak konsisten tau. From one match to another, ada banyak overturn result.
Tapi kau agree yang Nketiah kena send off? Betul? Red card?
Exactly. Aku tak petikai masalah tu. Tapi kalau if that is send off, Vardy pun patut send off. Fair play. Kita bercakap pasal fair. Okay. Tapi kenapa itu kau tak review? I'm questioning that.
Vardy tu bukan nampak macam accident ke Azril?
Aku rasa Vardy dia intentionally, memang dia tahu dia apa dia buat lah sebenarnya. Dia memang nak pakuk pun lah sebenarnya. Sebab okay, kita question bukan apa pasal VAR ni, Vardy lah, DY Problem dia ambil masa 4 minutes tu pasal Eddie punya foul ni, but Vardy ni even 10 second pun tak ada buat bodoh. Tak ada nak review balik macam dia tengok dekat screen. Aku rasa macam first time tu tengok kat screen tu tu. Sebelum ni mana ada kan.
Jarang lah, tapi actually kan? ref dibenarkan kalau dia nak pergi tengok screen.
So this is macam aku rasa first time yang sangat lah aku kata Eddie-nya, but aku setujulah yang seriously benda tu red card lah.
Okay. Lepas tu second kontroversi gol Leicester. Ada tak sentuhan daripada Perez sebelum Vardy score? Adakah offside, right decision?
Aku rasa kalau kita yang bermain bola, kita tahu daripada first ball, aku tak perlukan VAR. Macam pro lah bunyi dia. bunyi macam bias. Tetapi because it's a cross, and kita tahu bila bola tu ada deflection. Even though it's a minor deflection. Tapi pada aku, memang aku nampak it's an offside lah. Ya, itu jujur aku cakap. I'm not biased to any. Walaupun berbunyi bias, tapi aku rasa aku tak faham VAR tak boleh detect benda tu sebagai offside.
Sebab apa? Kau rasa cross tu dah offside ataupun ada sentuhan daripada Perez tu baru offside?
Sentuhan Perez. Because first cross daripada, kalau kita tengok daripada view belakang, diorang kat sebelah kanan kan. Kalau first view yang waktu tengah game on live, cross daripada Jermaine Gray kot, nombor 7 tak silap aku.
Gray.
Daripada Gray, direct first touch ada nampak slight deflection daripada Perez dan sampai ke Vardy. That's why kalau kau boleh tahu movement tu pun, walaupun kau bercakap ini Arsenal punya defend, tapi you know the defender will stop bila ada movement, ada deflection. Sebab ball Martinez pun dah 50-50 untuk pergi sebab it's a slight deflection yang buatkan bola tu pergi further jauh sedikit. Kalau tak, it's most probably in their range. So jujur aku cakap, pendek kata memang it's an offside. Game tu terlalu banyak kontroversi. Memang nak pergi dekat ni.
Kau salahkan ref ni. Game tu.
Confirm. Aku memang tak puas hati. Konspirasi. Ini konspirasi ni.
Ini konspirasi macam aku cakap. Sekarang referee sekarang dia punya head of the committee is Mike Riley. Problem ni daripada zaman Wenger lu. Mike Riley ni memang problem. Ni kat dalam ni ada Martin Atkinson. Game Arsenal fans, untuk Arsenal fans ada pro tip kat sini sikit. Bila kau tengok game dah keluar, kau jangan tengok line up je. Kau tengok sekali referee siapa. Kau tengok sama ada Martin Atkinson ke, kau tengok sama ada Mike Dean ke, ni Chris Kavanagh ni terbaru ni, aku dah mark ni. Andy Mariner ni daripada tahun 2007 ni, Andy Mariner ni. Paul Tierney ni pun aku tengok ada 50-50 juga dengan Jonathan Moss. Kau tengok ada 4-5 ref ni yang aku cakap ni.
Sampai hafal semua nama ref.
Aku hafal ref yang daripada zaman Sir Alex Ferguson tu yang sikit-sikit kalau Rooney dive terus penalty orang Arsenal. Aku ingat semua tu. Aku takkan lupa. Dendam itu gua tak ada lupa.
Okay, kita beralih kepada Spurs, kepada Syarul. Bournemouth seri 0-0 dengan Spurs pagi semalam Tapi untuk Spurs 0 shot on target. Apa komen kau tengok game tu?
I think first of all, macam nak cakap I think was kita tengok game tu, sebelum tengok game pun kita dah tahu that it's not going to be a good game for us lah. Kita punya form is really bad. I think we were lucky to win dengan Everton, kena hentam dengan Sheffield. Before that kita lucky also to win with West Ham, managed to draw dengan Manchester. But I think kita boleh nampak dia punya progress right now is that we are really going down. Kita punya form is really going down. Honestly speaking, this coming Sunday pun kita orang macam not in confidence mode lah. I know diorang kata form is not in the tak ambil consideration, tapi we don't feel good, we don't feel confident. But just to comment about the game, I think Bournemouth was kalau tak silap aku, they have not won a game in 7 matches. And then dia dah kena bolos, tak silap aku, 12 gol dalam 4 game. So second from bottom, aku rasa patutnya should be a win game for us lah. But it was so bad. Kita punya problem sekarang, I think it's not about the players saja. Players is a problem. Manager is also a problem. Tapi aku rasa the biggest problem is the management lah. Management. But the game the management is daripada 13 bulan lepas we were in Champions League final to where we are right now, I think it's all down to management punya issue lah. But just to comment about the game, I think we should have got the penalty. Kalau kau baca berita hari ni, I think 3 matches last night, ada 3 penalty that were given away. 2 is actually should not have been a penalty but was given a penalty. Tapi the one yang kita punya, Harry Kane punya yang kena tolak tu, confirmed by Premier League, it should have been a penalty. Tapi nasi dah jadi bubur, nak macam mana kan? You cannot get that 3 points. It's a bit unfortunate lah. But daripada first game Manchester United, Eric Dyer, Pogba punya push tu jatuh macam lembik nak mampus saja kau. And then the last game, masa Sheffield, we scored a good goal pun tak dapat. And then last night was Harry Kane punya case lah. But I just want to comment sikit about VAR. Aku rasa benda ni, the VAR tool ni kan is superb tau. Aku rasa memang superb sangat. Tetapi they have idiots running it. That is where the problem is. Betul tak? That is where aku tak faham sekarang, why is it that you go to Italian League, you go to Champions League, the ref has the authority to go to the screen and make decision because dia involved in the game tau. Tapi when you have some other referee 200 miles away buat decision for you, walaupun kau cakap sekarang referee ada peluang untuk screen, dia ada this backup ref kat belakang kan, dia akan refer kepada dia tau. Dia tak ambil that responsibility. Kau tak ada feel game tu, kau nak buat decision macam mana? That's why macam kau cakap, macam case kau cakap tadi, confirmnya they are not in a position to make that decision. That is so wrong. Kenapa Italian League, Champions League buat macam tu? Because that is the right way of making decision. It's a wonderful tool. Aku cakap, seriously, best gila VAR ni. Tapi the idiots who's actually making decision ni is ruining the game lah cakap. Is ruining the game. Kau tengok yang case Maura jatuh tu, how is that a handball? How is that a handball? That is a perfect legitimate goal tau. I'm told Spurs dah banyak advantage VAR. I mean Llorente punya goal Man City, last minute Sterling punya goal offside. Tapi it was in Champions League. It was done in a proper way tau. Aku bukan nak kata bias apa, but I'm saying it's a good tool. It should be done. It's end of the game, kita nak game to fair. Itu saja.
So,
kan?
so implementation dia tak tepat lah, boleh kata.
Tak tepat bang. The tool is perfect. It's just that you must, I think, follow what the Europeans are doing. Bagi responsibility tu pada the ref that is actually refereeing the game. Bukannya somebody else in the studio. That is wrong. Ni kalau kau nak letak ruler kat situ, line semua, come on lah. The rule says that advantage should be given to the attacker. Bila ada offside punya dispute, advantage should be on the attacker. That is how the game is played. That is true. Right now, semua nak pakai ruler, nak check berapa sentimeter. Come on guys, doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's ruling.
Okay. Sejak Jose Mourinho ganti Pochettino, apa perbezaan yang Jose dah bawa kepada pasukan Spurs ni? Ada beza tak?
No, I mean just my opinion lah. Aku tengok Jose punya performance sekarang. Actually tangan dia is quite tight tau, because he have the same set of players. I think the only players yang beza sekarang dia beli is the new Dutch punya winger kan, Bergwijn. He's the only one yang a new addition. Tapi the rest is actually the same set of players. Kalau dia nak tukar cara permainan, if you notice, dia punya formation is same as Pochettino. He cannot do much tau. He cannot do much. I think kalau this new season, if he's giving ada peluang untuk beli players, he might make changes lah. But my personal opinion, I think Jose Mourinho is dah lepas dia punya era. Because I will just read this very interesting article tadi. Dia kata the career of a manager is actually around 12-13 tahun tau. So during that time, you punya achievement, you punya peak, and then your decline. So right now, he's actually on decline. I can give you an example. Ancelotti dekat Everton. Aku tak masuk akal macam mana dia boleh pergi Everton. Kan? Now Jose Mourinho at Spurs. Never in my dream aku rasa Jose wanted to come to Spurs. But I guess that is the most high profile job sekarang. And Daniel Levy, our chairman, because they set Pochettino, dia ingat now I have a new stadium. I have a team in the Champions League. Aku nak dapatkan a winning manager. But that was the wrong move lah. Seriously, aku rasa it's a wrong move. He's a has-been lah. He's a has-been to me lah. I mean, Spurs. I think he's opinion.
Spurs have some talented players. But what is the reason? Kenapa Spurs struggling sangat? Because I mean, no doubt. I mean, kalau you nak bandingkan dengan Bournemouth, you have Harry Kane. Obviously, Harry Kane is much better striker than Bournemouth punya striker. You have Son, you have Lucas Moura. I mean, why? Kenapa? Kau rasa kenapa?
Benda ni aku punya opinion about it. It started the moment that after the Champions League final kan. Actually, in fact, before Champions League final, I think Pochettino keep telling Levy kata yang he needs a new set of players. I think macam Ferguson-nya style pun is like every 5 years dia akan bring new players in, ataupun every year dia ada constantly, tapi it's like the old players dah macam has to move on, ataupun you bring new players to actually semangatkan diorang. You look sekarang dekat macam Man City kan, Aguero, Company, Silva, they are the old batch now. So you have to go to the new batch kan, you have to bring nak hidupkan tempat. I mean, sekarang if you tell me every first 11 is going to be the same players, walaupun these are world class players, Lloris World Cup winners, Son best Asian players, Kane top scorer dekat World Cup. You can go on lah, tapi the way the management is doing it is killing the team lah. He should have actually backed Pochettino. Kau tengok Pochettino punya spending, net spending every year average, bro, it's only 13 juta. Kau gila je kan kau. Yeah, from 5 years ago where he was to where he is, where he brought Spurs, 5 tahun, 4 years in Champions League, spending dia cuma 13 juta average per year. Dia dah dapat satu manager yang willing to follow his accommodate dia punya requirement and still masuk Champions League, dapat stadium baru, masuk Champions League and still tak nak back him up. Aduh, cakap engkau gila. This is crazy, man. Aku tengok Jurgen Klopp, aku memang that's the perfect arrangement. That's damn good management Liverpool. Damn good. That's why they are champions now. Kalah Champions League, invest. Jual Coutinho, aku beli best defender, aku buy the best goalkeeper. That is just good management. Spurs, it's all about bottom line. It's all about aku nak tengok my profit. Which, to answer your question, that is where the problem is lah. It's not about the players, managers. I think the bigger problem is the management. Kena tukar mindset, man. Kalau kau nak menang, you have to change your mindset. That's why is the problem lah. On that part.
Okay, kita move on terus untuk game hari Ahad ni. Azril, North London Derby. Aku nak tanya kau lah. Sekarang ni, of course, sekarang ni Spurs dengan Arsenal tak konsisten. Kadang-kadang menang. Hari tu pun Arsenal pun baru start nak konsisten balik 3 menang and then suddenly you seri balik apa semua. Tapi kalau kau tengok sekarang ni, pasukan mana yang mempunyai yang lebih baik sikit? Kau rasa yang ada kelebihan sikit? Arsenal ke Spurs?
Dari segi mentality dengan squad, orang kata mentality winning tu kita ada kelebihan sedikit lah berbanding Spurs lah buat masa sekarang lah. Dan aku confident untuk this coming week ni memang kita memang bagi sesuatu lah. Sebab kita bingit sikit pasal Leicester punya game ni, so aku rasa this is the right time lah. North London ni mesti the best game lah for me lah.
InsyaAllah.
Tak,
apa pandangan kau, Meh? North London Derby ni.
North London Derby ni North London Derby ni sama macam Bro Syazrul tadi cakap. Aku tambah sikit lah, it's not just a Spurs problem lah, it's Arsenal pun problem sama juga, management. So it's a North London problem sebenarnya. So, kita ada masalah sama ni dengan management ni. But anyhow, towards the game, pada aku, pandangan aku adalah it's going to be a very not so tight, not so open game. Aku percaya Mourinho akan banyak back, dia akan start parking on this method of game lah. Dia akan launch dia punya counter, which is Arsenal akan crumbling dekat, dia akan struggle dengan back three dia orang. I mean 3-4-3, that's the best. Aku rasa the most balanced dengan squad yang ada. So far aku rasa itu yang winning formula after the project restart ni. And then aku rasa towards the game it's gonna be another draw. Itu honest opinion aku lah. Sebab Mourinho dia ada something lah against Arsenal, and Arsenal ni memang ada masalah. Arsenal daripada dulu ada masalah body dengan Mourinho, body dengan United, dan body dengan referee. Ni Mourinho ni daripada zaman Chelsea lah. So pada aku benda ni akan main peranan. Apatah lagi main dekat White Hart Lane. Tapi overall game, aku setuju dengan Bam. Diorang akan go all out dan aku tak terperanjat kalau ada slight changes dekat Arsenal punya front three lah. Mungkin Pepe, favourite kau Min. Pepe tu mungkin akan start lah.
Okay, Syarul, macam mana? North London Derby ni, Spurs ada kelebihan ataupun kau rasa Arsenal yang ada kelebihan sebenarnya?
I think sekarang number one, kita play at home, so kita memang ada advantage lah. Tapi itu pun with the current problem yang kita ada ni, it's not going to go away. But again, when it comes to derby, benda ni semua memang tolak tepi lah. I think diorang play for pride. They will go all out to play lah. But looking at form, aku rasa memang Arsenal ada kelebihan. What I like about Arsenal currently is that dia dah start macam, I think masa zaman Pochettino pun we did the same thing. Kita tak takut nak introduce new players tau. Because the current set of players, macam Arsenal, Ozil was not performing, he just took him out. Dia dah bagi chance, dia masukkan all the youngsters masuk kan. So that is actually I think ada give competition edge to all the senior players kan, nak bagi semangat tu apa ni, tempat aku dah kena ambil dengan budak youngsters ni kan. So I like what I see. I mean aku tengok Arsenal punya game, aku tengok Arsenal punya line up where they introduce the youngsters is very positive. And at this stage, you got nothing to lose what. Kita position sekarang pun nombor 7, nombor 8, nombor 9 kan. Why not just throw in kan? I mean, aku rasa Arsenal fan pun tengok Arsenal fan tengok all the youngsters, kau pun these are true home players, kau pun rasa semangat. I can tell you guys Arsenal fan, 2 weeks ago, masa David Luiz lawan Man City, korang rasa is like end of the world lah. Ini dah teruk sangat keadaan ni. Kau kutuk gila semua kan. Tapi suddenly you go on a run, everything is back to normal. This is football lah, normal football. But to answer the question, I think Spurs ada advantage at home, but on form, aku rasa probably Arsenal have a slight advantage over there. It's going ni kalau kita tengok kalau tengok stats pun 10 game yang kita dah main, the last 10 games, I think go back to 2015, kita dah draw 5 kali and very tight game, 2-1, 1-1, 2-1. Spurs menang 3, you guys menang 2. So I think it's going to be macam kau cakap lah bro, it's going to be a very tight game. Not many goals.
Okay, Amir predict seri lah. Azril prediction?
Prediction 3-1
Arsenal
3-1.
Atas Spurs tak?
Akan Spurs. Tak confident. This time
Syarul
aku confident
prediction?
sikit.
Aku rasa tight game, but I think we just might nick it 2-1.
2-1 Okay, itu
2-1.
demikian sahajalah itu prediction daripada penyokong Arsenal dan penyokong Spurs. Kita akan tengoklah lepas game tu yang mana yang kecewa, yang mana yang terus bergembira. InsyaAllah kita akan jumpa lagi dengan mungkin Syarul masa akan datang, Azril juga Amir. Terima kasih saya nak ucapkan kepada Syarul sekali lagi. Kita jumpa lagi di episod yang akan datang. Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera.
Thanks guys.